When most people think about money, they picture the dollar, green paper, digital numbers on a screen, backed by nothing more than trust. They assume it's unshakable, eternal. The dollar has always been king, right? But something extraordinary is happening behind the scenes. A shift so massive, it could redefine wealth, power, and the future of money itself. And it's already begun. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. We break down global financial shifts before they hit the headlines. Right now, beneath the surface of financial markets and central banks, something fundamental is moving. Gold, that ancient relic we were told belonged to another era, isn't just shining again. It's making a statement. In the past 2 years, central banks around the world have quietly purchased more gold than at any time since the 1960s. Hundreds of tons, not as a hedge, but as preparation. Preparation for a future where the dollar's dominance isn't guaranteed. These aren't random moves by nervous bureaucrats. This is strategic, coordinated, intentional. For over 7 decades, the US dollar has been the foundation of global finance, the currency of oil, trade, and international reserves. That position has given America unmatched influence. But history is filled with empires built on paper wealth that eventually crumbled, and the cracks are starting to show again. From Beijing to Moscow, New Delhi to Riyadh, countries are quietly preparing for a post-dollar world. They're forming trade agreements that bypass the US banking system. They're setting up payment networks that don't need SWIFT or Wall Street. And they're buying gold, aggressively. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's a strategic realignment, a kind of financial Cold War. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, along with newcomers like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, are building an economic network designed to reduce their dependence on the dollar. Some are even exploring a commodity-backed currency, one rooted not in promises, but in something real. And at the center of it all is gold, an asset no government can print, freeze, or inflate away. The world has operated under a US-led financial system since World War II, the Bretton Woods framework. For decades, that system worked because people trusted the dollar. It became the world's reserve currency, first backed by gold and then by faith in America's economy and power. But imagine what happens when that trust starts to fade. When major oil producers accept payment in Chinese yuan backed by gold. When trade routes bypass New York. When global reserves quietly shift from US bonds to physical gold. Suddenly, the foundation begins to shake. Not with panic, but with quiet, unstoppable momentum. The same story has played out before. Once upon a time, the British pound ruled the world. London was the heart of global finance. The idea that the dollar could ever replace it seemed absurd, until it happened. The shift was gradual, then sudden, and the people who didn't see it coming paid the price. Today, we're witnessing a similar transformation, but this time, it's even deeper. This isn't one currency replacing another. It's an entire system evolving, from promises in paper to assets with real, measurable value. Gold prices are climbing, not because of fear or panic, but because of strategy. Central banks from Turkey to Singapore are buying. Mining companies can't keep up with demand. And the same institutions that once mocked gold are quietly building their own metals trading divisions. Meanwhile, smart money, the kind that plans decades ahead, is shifting too. Sovereign wealth funds, pension funds, and family offices are rotating out of overvalued paper assets and into hard stores of value. They know what's coming. They're preparing for a world where trust is the rarest currency of all. Here's the truth. The dollar doesn't have to collapse to lose power. It just needs to become less convenient, less trusted than the alternatives. Every oil contract priced in yuan, every trade settled outside US banks, every ton of gold added to a foreign reserve, each one chips away at the dollar's monopoly. And when confidence finally breaks, it won't be a crash. It'll be a quiet transition, one transaction at a time, until one day the world realizes the dollar isn't what it used to be. So, what does this mean for you? The everyday investor, the saver, the retiree? It means that holding only paper wealth, savings, bonds, and cash, might not protect you in a world that's pivoting back to real assets. It means diversification isn't optional anymore. And it means paying attention now could be the difference between losing ground and getting ahead. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. The last great monetary shift created fortunes for those who understood it early, and devastation for those who ignored it. The smartest money in the world is already moving, quietly, strategically, relentlessly. The question is, will you move with it or wait until it's too late? If this opened your eyes to what's really happening behind the scenes, don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like, and share it with someone who needs to see it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.